Ah, greetings, mortars, beloved Japanites, and everyone else, and welcome to another glorious episode of Paintingu. Can you hear me? Am I rive? Am I roud? Am I gloriously roud? I believe I am. I was slightly concerned that moving the mica over there would hinder the acoustics, but it would appear that all is well. Can I turn it this way? Things must be tightened. Things must be secured in various fashions and ways. Indeed, many stretches, many cracks, and because I'm Irish, it's all crack. It's all good crack. It's all stellar quality crack here on Paintingu. Right. I have my agua, I have my fan, I have my goo, I have my parrot. I believe we are ready. Ah! As per usual, there's always one thing I must do. Descend to proper Paintingu posture. Excellent. Anish! Meine Lieben. I take my royal rag and I press it upon my demi-divine knee in preparation for the goo. A quick ding of the dong to cleanse the spirit and the chi, to allow your energies to flow beautifully. Ah, the soothing vibrations of the dong. For those of you who are new to Paintingu, it is called a dong because it is not big enough to be a gong. I have a tiny gong, and I call it my tiny dong. But it does not go bong or gong. It goes ding. Right. So, yesterday's glorious, resounding success of an episode was rudely copyright stricken. A suspect number of 33 times by YouTube, by the Judentube. Das Judentube is trying to fuck with me in various ways. But I am still around on YouTube for the moment. I would see my banning or potential removal from YouTube as nothing more than a sign of success when it eventually happens, which it probably will, but until then, Paintingu remains on Das Judentube. I know, yesterday's stream crushed so hard. It was fucking... I had a lot of fun. I don't often just break out into singing, you know, unless I'm like really enjoying old tunes that I really love. And I want to do that on the regular. I want to do I think a Thursday would be good, like, you know, or something like. But today I was thinking we'll do the typical intro, which I shall pray in a moment. But how about some classical tunes? We'll do the classical tunes that hit hard and maybe some fucking presidential music. Or will we just stick to Dancing with Demons and Raving the Goo? We shall see. But first, the glorious intro. Ah, boom. We return to the south of Africa, where we have been... What's the word? We have been tasked with painting a laboratory in Africa, the south of Africa, in Zimbabwe, of all prices. A quick-thinking water buffalo must be inserted into the painting goo. Like, move this back a bit. Give me some space, wrapped up. Right. So, as you can see, I have created a absolutely epic laboratory. An open-top laboratory, like I'm playing Lego or some shit. We have our flora in the background, almost leaking into the laboratory. Variety is the spice of life. Indeed! As Morgan Freeman said in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Ara, Rovs, wondrous variety. And I agree with this. Although being an Asian demigod, with a dash of Irish, more than a dash, I'm like, it's more like an Irish demigod with a dash of Asian. I am partial to gods, plural, not singular. Multitudes, variety, is always more enjoyable than the mono or singular. But these are just preferences, you know? The truth is the truth. And here on Paintingu, we seek not only truth, but being good, true, and beautiful. Allow us to begin. Paintingu! Paintingu. 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 Fuck YouTube! Paintingu! Paintingu. Paintingu. It's Paintingu. Painting you. Painting me. This fucking phone. It vexes me. Painting you. Painting me. Painting goo. It's fucking goo. Yo! We have a buffalo to paint. But first, come to me, brother Garos. Remind these filthy mortars what they must do for the goo. You must a Riker and subscriber, or I will fling my tiger at you. I will remove his aluminium bucket and his beautiful square sunglasses, and fling him at you violently, perpetually. You will be lost in a dream state where you just constantly have a formerly addicted to cocaine 850-pound Siberian tiger just flung at you violently like a hacky sack, bouncing it off your forehead, reminding you dearly to pay for Paintingu, to Riker and subscriber for Paintingu, and if you read the fine print, if you don't, you're a cunt. Brother Carlos is close to my heart. Me no Riker fring! Please, no fring! Right. A squirt upon the parrot to awaken the goo. For we have much to do on this painting goo. The glorious rhymes. Painting goo, 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 goo. Right. I was thinking of a pose to praise him in. However, I have just noticed that I placed some details upon the alchemical containers, but not all of them. So, I will do that now. But first, I must get these bitches wetu. The bitches can't do shit if you don't keep them sopping wet. Right. A dip my bitch into the bucket. Hair first. I swear her about the place. And then when the time is right, I pour her halfway out, and then I beat her. Vigorously. She is now ready for the goo. Some white on the tip to place some glorious details upon the laboratorial containers. Some measurements. Oh, glorious Gepu. That one tasted like sausage. Here on Paintingu, we love praying with words. Why say sausage when you can say sausage? Can't be doing alchemical concoctions without the correct measurements. Potions require accuracy. Lest you accidentally fuck shit up. The last thing a water buffalo scientist wants is inaccuracies and wanton destruction in his glorious open-top laboratory situated in Zimbabwe. How's the picture? It's nice and brighter, which usually is... Oh, there we go. It keeps auto-adjusting. This vexes me. Odd to paint a buffalo, but first... But who am I to judge? It's like, if I was painting a baboon, you would have no complaints. But a buffalo. Everybody knows you paint a buffalo horns first. Ah, Griffu, how are you? Welcome to Paintingu, Brother Griffu. How's the head? Are you where? Wanton destruction. Destruction or destruct. Regardless of the spelling, destruction is destruction. Or even sauce gay. Sauce age. Sausage. Sounds Japanese. I'm sticking with it. Paintingu. Ha ha. Paintingu. Paintingu. Painting me. Painting you. Paintingu. Painting you. Painting me. It's Paintingu. Paintingu. It's Paintingu. It's fucking goo. I'm on a horse. Will I get one of them? Will I get one of them stick horses? And when that part of the song comes up, I'll just like whip it out. I'm on a horse! Like, painting goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. That's fucking goo. Painting you! Painting me! It's painting goo. That's fucking goo. As per usual, I am becoming distracted by the many details within the painting. I cannot herp myself. I don't think anyone can herp themselves. It's like, how do you give yourself herpes? You know, like... I cannot herp myself. Well, I'd fucking hope not. Like... Okay. We shall begin with the placement of the buffalo. Yeah, so yesterday's stream still got like 18 views, despite like being copyright stricken and all that shit, which I thought was hilarious. Like, quite often I'm like, who the fuck is watching me? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, there's only 20 people in the Telegram chat, like, and 2 Acres not even there. I only realized that yesterday. I don't think 2 Acres in the Telegram chat, like. You fucking North Dakotian fuck. Send me your address so I can send you the Metal Bear painting. That I posted on Instagram today, actually. Got good, it actually got a really good response on TikTok, which I think is hilarious. I put Korn's Freak on a Leash to it. It suited it. As Pops would say, it always looks worse after you eat it. Oh, jeez. Everything looks worse after you eat it. Apart from corn. Corn is the one thing that, like, you know... Yes, yes, yes. Crap for painting goo. It is of paramount import that you crap for painting goo. One of the only ways that you can maintain your rever of honor on painting goo is by crapping for painting goo. Sip, sip. So, this fine Freya's day, we shall engage in some classical tunage. Behold, classical music that goes hardo. Ooh, Bolognaise. I like the look of that sauce. Fuck Duns and their stores. Q for interrupting my streamer. Greetings, Corberu. Today, you will more than likely remainu. Today is not a Metalu day. Today is a Krasakur day. To guide us gently into the weekend. I'm going to spend approximately the next hour and a half. I'm not doing like a really long stream today. I have much things to do, including watching Surrey Delta Bears hanging with bears thing. I thought that was actually hilarious, the way that you guys were like, It's because he shouted you out on Instagram and all, like, hello, like, he shouted me out on Instagram? He did what now? Like, I fucking highly doubt that had anything to do with it, like, you know. And if if I ever found out that actually does have something to do with it because of those crazy people that have, you know, turned on the bears and now want to destroy us all. Like, what a bunch of fucking losers. Not only would I be surprised, but at the same time I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, yeah, I often give Clown World too much credit, in the sense that it's like, yeah, I suppose it is possible, you know? But because I base my daily thinking as much as I can on logic, you know, I think you shouting me out on Instagram, getting my fucking stream copyright struck 33, like, come on, like 33, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I must be doing something right. Crap. Indeed, crap. Crap for your honor, as I paint for my dinner. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Paint. Painting goo goo. Paint. Right. Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it this way. Painting goo goo. Paint. Goo goo. Goo. Painting goo goo. I actually, like, when I was disputing all of the fucking when I literally sat here for fucking half an hour and went in and disputed all 33 of them. YouTube crashed twice in the process of me doing this, as if that would get me to stop. Pathetic. Like, I sat here for fucking half an hour drinking my morning coffee, going in and disputing every single fucking one of them. And I, like, clicked on the fair use thing, and then I, like, put in the description, I was like, I changed the lyrics live on stream by, like, singing over it, right? Which I do! Not for all of them, but, like, I do. And, like, I'm doing it now. Painting goo! So how's that not fair use, you know? I'm literally, like, I'm fucking painting while singing, just, like, playing your shitty music in the background, you fucking bunch of fucking cowards. I'm being so harsh. Oh. That's the Scorpio in me. When I feel wronged, I get vengeful. Painting goo 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 goo. Oh, glorious Kepu. scientist water buffalo is like just insane. This scientist water buffalo is gonna fucking look hilarious. I'm gonna give him that mad scientist vibe. Do you imagine instead of like the fucking lizard dude out of Spider-Man, the scientist that like turns himself into a lizard in an attempt to grow his own arm back that he lost? Do you imagine you just got like you fucked up and put the wrong violin and you ended up turning yourself into a water buffalo? You're just like constantly really thirsty and have an urge to travel long distances. I have a sudden urge to migrate. Around the music, to lift your spirits, as you witness me butter the goo and spread it beautifully across the canvas. A moment of respite in between classical tunage. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo, painting goo goo, painting goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. I've already had a fairly productive day today. I got up at 8 o'clock, which I haven't done like nearly all week. Nearly all week I've like gotten up, looked at my phone and been like, oh fuck that. And gone back to bed for a while and then gotten up like, but not today. Had that Friday feeling. I have started one of the commissions. Well, I started it a while ago, but I got some proper work done on one of the commissions, and I've done some organising. The half an hour of disputing with the YouTube this morning did kind of alter my plans slightly, but it was fun. I had a laugh, like. Sitting there just like you think I'm fucking like letting this shit go, you have another fucking thing coming. Like YouTube doesn't know who it's fucking with. I am a stubborn Irish fuck. Painting goo 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 goo. So now he's basically going to be black. I mean, water buffalo are like fucking fairly black. But I don't want to just like start with black, so I'm gonna use a variety of greys. Welcome to painting. Antonio, welcome to painting. You Scorpio too? Nice. Tuekuru-san bows in Nippon. How do you bow in Japanese? Hi. Like, I will now bow. It's like there's a huge difference between an Irish bow and a Japanese bow. An Irish bow is you just start pissing yourself and you just fall about the place. Give Defenderu-san your address to Ikaru. I've said it enough times now that I don't have to say it anymore. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, it's just so I can. I actually like. I don't think I can send. I don't have the money right now to send. To post it to you, so it doesn't really matter. But just send me your address anyway, so I have it there. I mean, the last fucking 3 times you sent me your address, like I forgot to fucking write it down. I've remembered to write down 2 of the addresses so far that I have in my possession, so that anytime I'm sending something to those people again, I just have the address there. But yours, I fucking forgot. Oh god. Okay, put them like here, there, and put one arm here like this, and another arm here like this. Those arms are way too long. That one's not that bad, but put the fucking elbow out here. That's what happens when you're just going with the throw. Sometimes you fucking throw it, all known anatomy out the fucking window. Oh god. Hold on, I can fix this. I can fix this. I'll make him really muscly. That's what I'll make it a buffalo. Get it? A tiny squirt to aid in Goofro. Right, put like an ear here, an ear there, and then his like horns will fucking like come out here, like. And we got his like his nose, the eyes there. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Can't go wrong with the classics. I'm assuming it went well, yeah? I mean, like, were you talking to Stuntman Bear, was it? I fucking, like, seriously, I love talking to that nigga. He's an excellent host. Asks really good questions. He's really good at taking the piss out of you. Like, I love that chap's sense of humor. He's a funny cunt. Fat bastard. I've just been relentlessly, like, him and Grungy. Like, I have that relationship with the both of them. And Scouse now as well, like. How funny was that in the chat, like, guess what size I'm ordering? They're like, fucking tiny! Hobbit size! Haha, you're all wrong! I ordered a small. So far, so good. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I just got an amazing idea. I'm gonna give him laser beam eyes. Like, this quick-thinking buffalo has used an alchemical process to grant him Superman laser eyes. Did any of you guys ever watch? Probably not. I mean, everyone here, apart from me and Demon Hunter, you're probably too old. No offense, to have watched the Jackie Chan cartoon, where one of the best fucking characters ever created in anything, right, is this red-headed, muscly martial arts expert, this lethal guy, in the cartoon series Jackie Chan that used to be on like what was it called? Before it was called Jetix, it was called something else. I can't remember. Might have been even Nickelodeon at one stage, but his name was Hawk Fu, and he's seriously one of the best characters in anything ever. He used to announce his moves before he did them, so he'd be like Tiger Slash, you know, like monkey throwing lamp, like, and there's two bits that I like remember that like are like seared into my memory because they made me laugh out loud to the point where I was crying. Where he breaks in through a glass window one time or some shit, like he like comes in from above at Jackie, and goes, "Falling meteor slaughters lamb," and like does like a flying knee drop towards him. And then I think in the same episode, he ends up getting his hands on a magical talisman that has like a pig on it, and it gives him like laser beam eyes, and he gets it, and he realizes what it does. Like he's like, "Oh, what's this?" And then like blasts something with his laser beam eyes and goes, "Heat beam eye blast?" like question mark. And then just turns around to Jackie and is like, "Heat beam eye blast!" And just like, so like check out the first season of Jackie Chan the cartoon. It's legit really entertaining and well written, like, and when Hawk Fu comes into it is like one of the funniest fucking things ever. Like, "Falling meteor slaughters lamb" is like one of the best quotes fucking anything I've ever heard. Like, "Falling meteor slaughters lamb." Jackie's like, "Oh shit," and gets out of the way. Like, I think that's like that's probably gonna be, well, like, I don't know if I'll ever get, like, maybe, you know, it would be a dream of mine to design a video game, especially something like Tactical Turtles. That'd be fucking brilliant. But man, I'd love to like collab with people who really know what they're doing and have like experience in the field and create a cartoon. And like a cartoon that like, you know, like fucking toddlers could watch, you know? No vulgarity, like no curse words or anything. Slight themes of like dread or like danger or like, you know, potentially even like death or something like that, because like you still want to give them like life lessons and stuff. But I would fucking love to be involved in like what I would describe as a moral cartoon show. In the light of something like, in the style of something like Disney or the cartoons we grew up with, but like truly moral, with moral messages, and but like still have like, you know, the reason why I said like Disney is because like there's an art form to being able to pull off something that is not only entertaining to children but also entertaining to adults, so that adults can watch it with their children. It's like one of the fucking most like valuable sources of entertainment or media or art in general, is something that you can sit down with your kids of all ages, and it doesn't matter what age you are, you can sit down and watch this, and it is interesting, informative, imaginative, inspirational, moral, and like all these things wrapped up in one, with like great music and beautiful art, and like it just makes you laugh out loud. And like it's totally doable. It's totally fucking doable, like, you know. Especially in a community like this that fucking an seemingly endless supply of bears that are fucking, you know, insanely skilled and talented and all this shit, like. I'm Aquarius or Pisces. Fucking pick one. Oh, there goes the Sasage again. Depending on what they say. Oh yeah, because like, yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, like I'm either a Scorpio or a, well, it might be a Sagittarius or what's before Scorpio. I don't know. You're 17th of February, Aquarius, and around February 18th, so stay loose to take advantage of either. You fell asleep? How dare you? I'm on board. Now all we need is $1 billion benefactor. We don't, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. You actually don't need, like a shit ton of money. It's a, you know, a what do they call it? A project of passion, or a fucking what's a passion project? I can't, like, is the term or whatever. Like the amount of stuff that like Vox, his community, like Arctoons and all that stuff, like a lot of them are volunteers, you know. So it's like the reason they're doing it is because they love to do that shit, which is like fucking the best kind of people you could have. Obviously, it would be ideal if you could pay them, you know. I was gonna say obscene amounts of money, but you know, like, you don't need obscene amounts of money. Like, you just, all you need is enough. Once you have enough, it's enough. That's why it's called enough. But like, I think we could totally fucking do it. We could totally do it. It just takes, it doesn't even take hard work. Like, I'm all up for, like, you know, hard work as in, like, you know, the sweat of your brow and like hours of, like, you know, focused work and stuff like that. Like, but the reality is like, you don't actually need to work hard. You need to work well. You know, like, your intent in your work is what matters. You can work really, really, really hard and you're just a fucking slave and your back will break, like, you know. But like, if you, that's what they say, is like, don't work harder, work smarter, you know. I would say, like, don't work harder, work better. Work smarter, work, you know, more morally, you know. Like, there's something about like there's days where like I only paint for like maybe 2 hours, you know, like outside painting goo, if that. There's days where like I don't even draw, you know, and like I'm an artist, but it's actually like there's so much work in between that, especially these days where you have like all this fucking admin shit that you have to do, where like you have to post things and stuff like that and all. Like, it doesn't take me as long as you think it, because I thought that as well. Like, I used to, like, before I started doing this on the regular, I used to think, like, oh, it's gonna take me 2 hours, you know, like, I'm gonna paint for 2 hours, and like, it's gonna take me 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 2 I used to look at stuff and I'd be like, oh my god, like you have all these guys who are like 40 hours, 800 hours. Like, it took me fucking 6 months to paint this and then blah blah. You know, there are those dudes out there that do massive fucking murals or huge canvases with these, like, I seen this thing where somebody did a Darth Vader in like a medieval gold and blue. It was fucking awesome. Like, it was fantastic looking. And he said it took him like months to paint it, and you'd well believe it. But like something that's like your average size of like A3 to A2, A4, or whatever, like a panel or some shit like that, like, even if it's like got loads of paint on it, it's really fucking intricate. When you get to like even my level, I'm not a master, you know, like I've said before, like I'm more like a journeyman at this stage. And like, because I know the basics and the fundamentals and I know what I'm doing and I have all the equipment and shit like that, like, you'd be surprised how quickly you can knock shit out of the park. I was surprised at how quickly I can knock shit out of the park. You're not supposed to spend your whole life working. You work so that you can live. You know? Like, you should work for a living, you know? That's a given. But I don't think anyone has to, like, work really hard, you know? Because, like, you know, feel good, look good, are good. You know, like, it's like, if you enjoy your work, if you take pride in your work, if it, like, the reason why everybody's so fucking miserable these days is because, like, they're working like these crazy hours for fuck all money at a job they fucking hate, like, you know. And like, I really like, I feel bad for females. I feel bad for females, and I know that, like, fucking considering all the fucking ethos and feminists out there, you'd be like, oh, fuck them, like, you know. But like, I genuinely do feel bad for females because, like, the current generation of females, in a lot of ways, they're starting to discover that, like, a 9-to-5 like job in an office or some shit like that, like, never mind working in a warehouse or being a police officer or a fucking fireman or any of these things, like, that's another thing in itself, like, but just being in like an air-conditioned, well-paid fucking, you're in your car and then you're in the building, like, and all this fucking stuff, like, it's incredibly stressful. And like, it's even more stressful when you're getting fuck all out of it, you know. And females are not biologically designed to put up with, like, a shit ton of stress in that sense, you know. Obviously it's very stressful, it can be very stressful, raising children and taking care of children, or, like, you know, fucking doing the laundry and cleaning stuff and fucking, like, all this stuff, like, that stuff can be stressful. But women are actually, from my experience, biologically designed to do very delicate, intricate things over a long period of time, like knitting and sewing and painting and stuff like this, like, you know. And so, like, I've often thought that, like, I'm very Luciferian in a sense, not necessarily Luciferian, but more like Baphomethic, because, like, I have a massive feminine side to me, like a huge one. Like, I'm incredibly aggressive and masculine and, like, all, like, you know, like, I have hard edges to my face, but at the same time I'm, like, you know, really soft and cuddly and, like, you know, I'm flowy and, like, graceful and all these, and, like, you could easily describe all of that as being queer and gay, like, you know, but it's the context that matters, like, you know what I mean? It's I can see and understand, and I do have, not pity, but I have empathy for these poor young ones, like that. Like, you've probably seen that clip on TikTok or YouTube where you have this, like, she's like in her 20s or something, this girl, I think Owen even showed her on the stream one time, where she's like, all I do is get up and I go to work and I come home and I eat dinner and I shower and I go to bed and I get up and I work and I don't have a life, I'm just paying bills and my rent is this, and she's just, like, bawling her eyes out, just staring at her phone, just giving out about life. And there's fucking hundreds of thousands of them just in the workforce, just, like, fucking just working themselves into the fucking dirt, like, you know, for some asshole who doesn't fucking give a fuck about them or is trying to fuck them, you know. It's like, it's crazy, like, do you know what I mean? At least with men, like, men have that camaraderie where, like, if you're all working really hard at something and you, like, look around and you, like, give each other shit and you're like, come on, like, you know, fucking only another hour to go and all this shit, like, we actually thrive under pressure in a lot of ways, like, you know. Women snap, you know, and, like, fucking snapped women who kill, like, you know what I mean? Like, it makes sense. Like, there's a reason that stuff exists, because, like, women just fucking snap and, like, lose their fucking shit, like, you know. And because they're designed to take care of something. They're not designed to do, like, hours and hours and hours of this, like, you know, stressful fucking work and shit, like. And it's a travesty. It's blasphemy. It's heresy. It's shameful that, like, we as men have allowed this stuff to happen, you know, because we are, like, we're like, you know, God, man, woman, children. Like, I totally agree with that very succinct and simple ladder of hierarchy. You know, with great power comes great responsibility, and men have great power. We contain great power. Every man, even the fucking, you know, bitchy, weak little fucking scrawny little faggy gammas, have unbelievable potential for greatness. And I'm not saying women don't, but it's a different kind. It's like much more like it's a combination of creation and destruction, you know? There's this like incredibly chaotic element in males, whereas females are much more stable, you know. Females are the harmonious caregiver that, like, returns situations to neutral, you know. Like, I've said this before, like, the female wishy has quite often, and it's funny because, like, her name is Emma, which means healer, and in a lot of ways in our relationship she has, like, healed me in many ways. Or even if she hasn't, like, directly healed me, her energy has provided me with the tools to heal myself, because her energy grounds my energy and reminds me that, like, being this, like, live wire loose cannon of just like, I'm gonna do this and then I'll do this and then I'll do this and I'm fucking awesome at everything, like, she brings me down to, like, dude, you have to pay the bills. It's like, oh fuck yeah, all right, yeah. Like, yeah, thank you for reminding me. Like, that's why you have these Andrew Tate fills. I thought it was really funny when Owen was like, he can do loads of dips, and I only recently saw a video of someone critiquing Andrew Tate's workouts. Man, these super chats make me fucking laugh so much. It's hilarious. The glorious reader of China has stepped in to pay for PEINTEINGU this fine Friday. Xi Jinping. It is I, President Xi of China. Excuse me. President Xi of China. Here, we are Chinese enjoy your quiet PEINTEINGU. We are saddened. Choose to honor the 30 Nippons. How dare you! I am half Japanese. I know the Monkey King is a Chinese regent and not a Japanese one. But how dare you? Your patronage is welcome here. The 30 Nippons with instead of the noble Chinese. Carry on, question mark. You have brought a much honor to yourself and the Chinese nation, President Xi. Despite having the obvious pronoun of a female. Xi Jinping. Like, it's like, sounds like a fucking girl dropping pennies on a fucking tile floor. Like, Xi Jinping ding. Like, oh, your patronage to PEINTEINGU is a most welcome, Xi Jing. Now, for the love of God, fix your country, you madman. Just fucking... Leave the Uyghurs alone! I will admit, I'm ignorant to the ins and outs of these things. And I am simply basing my opinions on face value of what I've seen in my current experiences. But it's not good optics when you're like, when you have a shit ton of people on their knees and you're like putting them on trains. Like, I'm just saying, you know? Optics, not so good. Like, can imagine him like, we care not for your opinion on how I run my country, foreign demigod. Just keep doing the painting good, keep your hairy mouth shut. How rude. I would never involve myself in politics. But I will speak my minder. For any of you who didn't watch the video that I put in the Telegram chat, they have this like epidemic. There's a lot of epidemics going on. I mean, like, realm-wide, there's an epidemic, in my opinion, an epidemic of stupidity and madness. That's the fundamental reason why we find ourselves in the position we find ourselves in, is there is a realm-wide epidemic of stupidity and madness. But in China, they're apparently dealing with this problem where, because like a unfortunate side effect of their one-child law that I think they don't have anymore. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they've gotten rid of it at this stage, which a bit fucking late, to be honest. But they have a massive disparity between males and females. There's like way more males than females. So you have all these like fucking little bastards that like are like, they're really their behavior is like abhorrent. Their parents and their grandparents like oogle and ogle over them and like, you know, fucking treat them with fucking kid gloves and shit, like, you know, for all time, for all sorts of reasons. Like, and in the video it actually goes into more detail than I'm kind of butchering it right now in terms of like why it actually happened and like what's going on. But it's like the video takes place in a restaurant, and there's a couple on the right, and beside them is a mother with her 13-year-old son, and the couple has a young girl, and she's like, you know, just passing toddler age, and the little 13-year-old shithead is like putting his dirty runners on her dress and throwing stuff at her and like and just messing with her, right? And just being a misbehaving little shit. And then the mother of the little girl starts turning around to the mother of the 13-year-old and is like, here, like, fucking, you know, like, what's wrong with you? Like, your child is misbehaving. Like, you know, would you not correct your child's behavior? Like, what kind of parent allows their child to go on like that in public and all? And of course, you know, fucking, you can guess how the mother of the 13-year-old reacts. She's like, oh, he's only a kid. He doesn't know any better. He's 13. What the fuck? He's no longer a kid. He's like literally a fucking teenager, like, you know, and he's a young male. So if you are in any way decent, or sane, you should be like, you know, teaching him to be responsible for his actions and to fucking behave himself, at least in public, you know. And an argument ensues, and while the argument is ensuing, oh, glorious Kepu. Man, those sausages were really good. The little fucking bastard 13-year-old gets his ice cream and like puts it on the fucking girl's iPhone. It's not actually the little girl's iPhone, it's like the mother's iPhone or something that she was like playing on or whatever. But he like fucking stabs his like ice cream cone all over thing and like smushes it in, like, and then the father's trying to like clean that, And while the two mothers are arguing and the father is trying to clean the ice cream off the fucking phone, the little bastard leans over, grabs the phone off the father and chucks it into a soup bowl or something. Like, totally destroying the phone, you know? And, you know, the fucking mother of the small little girl is, like, starting to go crazy at your one. She's, like, telling her husband to call the police and all this shit, like... And then some random dude comes in off screen and is like, this is ridiculous. Your child's going to grow up to be, like, you know, an absolute little shithead and all. Like, this is disgraceful. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself and all this shit. Like, and, the fucking bitch who owns the 13-year-old legit turns around and goes, have you any idea who my husband is? And it's like, oh, here we fucking go with the entitlement, you know? My husband is blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck who your husband is. Check your child before I smack the shit out of you, you bitch. Oh my god. Mad shit, like. And in China, of all places. Like, do you know what I mean? The Chinese, you know, give off this vibe of, like, hard work and discipline and intellect and, you know, sophistication and all this fucking shit. They're just as fucked up, if not more, than the rest of us. They are so fucking degenerate. Like, their trains are full of people picking their noses and stuff and just, like, wiping them on their collar and all. Like, the type of stuff your average, in quotes, white person or European or whatever would look at and go, they'll take their shoes and socks off and put their feet on your headrest. You know, you'd be sitting in front of them on a train or something, and some cunt's feet will just be like, here, bare feet, you know? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's like, people like me can barely be in, I probably wouldn't be able to, like, more than a few hours. Like, I can't be in a city. I'll kill someone. Like, and I'll be justified in my reaction, morally. Like, do you know what I mean? I, like, rip some dude's heart out of his chest, like, Gollima! And, like, just, like, hold his beating heart above my head while everyone's just like, Jesus Christ, like... These people need to be like, okay, fair enough. I'm a redhead, I'm being a bit too violent and aggressive, you know? I'm supposed to be. I'm a Scorpio. So, there's a reason I'm not in charge, you know? But, like, something has to be done. You know, like bring whipping back, you know? Fucking, like, Owen's like, bring back slavery and all. Like, I'm like, fuck slavery, just bring whipping back. Just bring back, make flogging great again. I think every man should start walking around with a cane, you know? Like, not only, like, gives you a sense of sophistication and gentleman status and style and stuff like that, like, but you should just be able to just give people a good whacking. You know? Like, don't you ever do that again! Like, pay for painting! I can't stand that shit, man. It's so rude. Where's the honor? You people have no honor! Fucking Asians, bunch of hypocrites. Oh, we're so honorable. You fucking dirty, degenerate fucks. Get your shit together. Now, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Like, Ireland is fucking filthy and degenerate in its own ways. Like, it really fucking is. Like, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of scum here too. Like, oh, shit pisses me off, you know? This music is making the weight of your words hit harder. I know, it's hilarious, isn't it? You got fucking, like, epic violins playing in the background, and I'm like, painful! Like, this shit needs to change! Like, if you were just listening to me, like, it would have a certain gravitas to it. But then you see what I'm doing and how I'm dressed and how I look while I'm saying all this. It's like, there are many revels to Paintingu. You know, like, Little Bastards would be a good name for a reality show about such a social ill as these babies, baby emperors. Yeah, that's what they call them. They call them baby emperors. Yeah, little emperors. Fucking hell, like that's another thing in itself. Like, you know, I mean, like the Chinese in many ways and the Japs, like, were like lauded as these, like, you know, oh, they're so honorable. They're you know, their clothes and they're you know, they're so, everything's so beautiful and they've so much grace and discipline and they're so intelligent in, like, you know, this cultural sense and all this stuff, which is all true. I'm not denying that. It's all fucking so fucking true. You know, shout out to the Japs. Shout out to the Chinese. Their shit's fucking cool. But, like, dear fucking God, how stupid do you need to be to have child emperors? Like, that was a thing. Like, we now commence the ceremony where we make this 8-year-old an emperor. And it's like, and I don't care if you're trying to explain it away as, like, he's simply a symbol of, you know, purity and divinity and stuff like that. Like, do you know what I mean? You know, he doesn't actually, like, make decisions. As far as I know, they used to. You know, genuinely, like, they used to have, like, fucking, like, yeah, they'd have a council and shit, and they'd have people whispering in their ears and all this fucking stuff. So, yeah, don't get me wrong, a lot of the shit was still done by adults. But, like, the fact that you even have that as a concept, like, do you know what would be a great idea? If you put one of the kids in charge, it's like, hang that man. You know, like, that kind of stupidity has no place in society. There's so many things these days that, in my humble opinion, you should just play that, like, 2-second clip from the Wild Wild West where your man Gordon's dressed as, like, the fucking fucking coon skin hat, like, fucking hunter, the pelt fucking dealer, and he's just like, hang him. You know, like, that needs to, if that's not a gif, it needs to be, like, you know what I mean? Like, that needs to become a meme where it's just like, certain situations in society now just need to be dealt with this way. You know, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, hanging is so brutal. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, executing people for crimes is a slippery slope. I said hang him. I didn't say kill him. Just hang him for a bit. You don't think you can do that? Don't get me wrong. I know there's going to be a load of fucking sadomasochistic people that would be like, you know, fucking like, that opens its own set of, like, fucked up degenerate doors where you're like, we're not gonna kill you, but we're gonna hang you. You know, a little bit. Like, we're just gonna stretch your neck a little bit, like, you know, and then when you lose consciousness, we'll bring you back. Like, just like as you're starting to twitch out, like, I was like, okay, let him down. Like, you gonna do it again? I promise I'll never rob bread again, like, you know. But you would get the cunts that would be like, you know, fucking, oh, they're not gonna kill me, you know. And, like, I'm used to being hung by now. It's like brings new meaning to that fucking thing from Buster Scruggs where it's like, first time. Like, I saw a Chinese mother with her son yesterday in Boston. His behavior was horrible and she had no control. I miss Maine. Like, that's crazy. I completely agree. Oh, Gloria Skipu. I completely agree with the black comedians. Was it Patrice O'Neill? I don't think he was the only one that did it. Was it Aries Spears or something did it as well? It's like, why don't y'all beat your kids? You know, if I said something like that to my mama, I'd get a fucking smack of a slipper in the back of the head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my mama beat the fuck out of me. Like, respect your elders. Do you know what I mean? Like I've mentioned this briefly before on the streams. Like, I didn't get beaten as a child, but there was a few times where I got, like, scolded hard, and my father was right to, you know, within reason. You know, there was a few times where it was like, okay, give over, you know, like, let the nigga breathe. You know, like, But there was also a couple of times where he was like totally in the right to, like, you know, react in that fashion, you know. But like, I will admit, there was other times where it's like I still have a bit of, like, you know, a glitch in the system. You know, like, I don't know if you can tell. Like, for those of you who know, it's written all over my face. Like I've described that time where he fucking, like my dad fucking told me to stand at a wall and he threw a shuriken above my head and I was like 5.
Recordings just got better.
Dana!
Hey, it's Dana.
How are you?
I'm so excited
to announce that cunt!
Local
I'd have backhanded the little fecker. Like, yeah, I know. Like, the people underestimate the efficacy of just a firm strike. You know, and it's like, it's temporary. The effect may be like permanent, and that's a good thing. But like, you're not beating the child. You're not abusing the child. You're not fucking permanently damaging the body of the child. You're just going BAM! Don't do that again. And it's like, look, here, fucking, I'll get you an ice cream later. Shut the fuck up, like, do you know? It's like, just don't do that shit, like, do you know? It's like, you know, when the kid puts his hand on something hot or something, it's like, you let him do it the first time. Yeah, you're not gonna do that again, are you? You fucking fool. Do you mean, like, I like, the reason I know shit like that is because, like, I had an element of that in my childhood, like, you know? And, now granted, he fucked off at 14 with some blonde-haired bimbo, but, like, so then I had to, like, raise myself the rest of the way, you know? Which has its own fucking trials and tribulations, which is why I'm part nigger, you know? Which is why niggers and niggerettes are welcome on PEINTEINGU. Because I, myself, have a touch of the niggeritis in me. Niggeritis is very common. It is an unfortunate result of a lack of proper fatherhood. You can be fucking damn sure that, like, whenever I have fucking children, like, you can be fucking damn sure that there's gonna be moments where it's like, hey! Put that down! You know, like, and then if he does it again, it's like, come here, you! And they're like, bang! Like, you know, like, and like, clip on the ear. The clip on the ear is perfect. Your ears are so sensitive. Do you know what I mean? All you have to do is go up to the kid and just go, flick! And then, yeah, don't fucking do that again, or I'll do that again. You know? You little shit. It's madness. Fucking psychopaths who, like, I couldn't believe it when the ma turned around and was like, he doesn't know any better. Well, why doesn't he know any better? He doesn't know any better because you're a fucking cunt. You shouldn't have been allowed breed, you harridan. I love that word. Remember the first time I heard the word harridan was on fucking, I think it was like Stewie from Family Guy. I was like, harridan? What the fuck is that? Like, I can't even remember what it means. I just, Corbear, hit me with the definition of harridan. I can sympathize. Cities are designed to make you crazy. Oh man, I can't fucking stand them. The last time I was in Dublin, and I love Dublin. I'm from Dublin. I'm a Dubliner. I'm from Dublin. But when I go to the city centre, like the last time I was there, I was just looking around. I was just like, ugh, what is this shithole? Like, like, and you see all these people, like, way too many foreigners, and then like way too many gays, and then fucking, oh my god, I didn't drop this in the fucking Telegram. There was another YouTube video I was watching yesterday. I don't really like I do and I don't like Paul Joseph Watson. He's a fucking shill little fag in a lot of ways. But he's very informative with his quick little videos of like what's currently going on or what's trending and stuff. And apparently there is an epidemic of furries in schools in one state. I can't remember what it was. Like fucking like Utah, Idaho, Iowa. I can't remember. But there's like an epidemic of furries in one school in particular, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, there's actually a clip of a newscaster, like a journalist, from a news broadcaster thing, outside the school or in a park or something, talking to a furry. So it's just some bitch in a dog suit, right? Called oh, what was it fucking called? I can't fucking remember. Some stupid name, like. But the furry in question was like, don't get me wrong, be who you want to be, experiment, you know, do all these things, but please keep it out of the schools. You know, like, it's like I wouldn't be surprised if it was like, you know, like the hidden hand, or like, okay, we're starting to get a lot of pushback on the whole cutting babies' dicks off thing, and cutting young girls' breasts off and shit. Like, the whole trans thing is starting to get a bit. We're starting to get pushback. So what are we gonna shift the Overton window to? Furries. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, the snake couldn't eat itself quick enough as far as I'm fucking concerned. Thank you, Corbear. Harrigan? Question. Harrigan. A woman regarded as critical and scolding. A worn-out strumpet. A vixenish woman. Hag. You can see why I like that word. It has gravitas to it, like, you know. I fucking love that. Discipline your child, you worthless harridan! Like, a worn-out strumpet. That is such a... That's like a horrible way to describe a woman. It's like... You fucking worn-out strumpet. Oh, that's fucking nasty. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's fucking hilarious. PEINTEINGU. 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 Oh, God. I stand by what I've said it. I've said it a few times now. I know it's only a fairly recent thing, but I fucking stand by what I said. Like, there's certain places in the realm where, like, if I was in control, I would just, like, I would make my best attempt possible to kidnap at least the children and just fucking glass the place. Just like, is that the last of the kids? Okay, send it. Like, it's just like, I'd use like a fucking, I'd put like I'd attach a fucking giant mirror to a balloon, you know, and then use like fucking fins and actuators like attached to like electronic computers to like be able to reposition it and shit. And just like, I would just float it over the area. And like a fucking kid with a magnifying glass, I would just vaporize the place. Like, right, that's that sorted. Now, let's grow some shit. I keep thinking of the like buffalo, but like buff aloe. I like I got an image in my mind of like a bottle of aloe vera with like really big arms. Hand me that buff aloe over there. It's just like, ugh. Or like an aloe vera plant that just has these like huge fucking biceps sticking out of it, like. Oh god. For those who watch NCIS, the dinozo is a good deterrent for poor behavior. Fucking, what's his name? Anthony Dinozo? I can't even remember which character that is. Anthony Dinozo. NCIS. Oh yeah, the slap. The fucking, yeah man, yeah, totally. NCIS is a really cool show. I love, what's his name? Jethro? That's Jethro, isn't it? Yeah, Jethro Gibbs. Gibbs. Yeah. Just like every time he fucks up, just gets a clip in the back of the head. Like, I love that show. That show got fucking well. All the CSIs, and then NCIS and shit, they all got woke like past season 7 or some shit like that. I don't know, like, but they start off great. They start off fucking great. Do you know what I started watching? Was it 2 days ago? I think it was 2 days ago. Altered Carbon on Netflix. Man, holy fuck! Don't get me wrong. There's like an obscene amount of like sex in it and stuff. It's based in like a. It's like noir. It's like Asian noir detective cyberpunk. It's really, really, really fucking cool. And like, if you know how to watch stuff like that, like people in our community and stuff, like especially, the fucking like fountain of gravy in that show, Altered Carbon. I'm on like episode 4 or something like, and there's 2 seasons of it. Which seems to be the trope. That seems to be the trend. Is like you'll get maximum 3 seasons out of a show that's like genuinely really interesting and cool and has some gravy in it and stuff. But they can only let them go so far, and there has to be like a ton of drinking and sex in them and shit. Like, but the fucking gravy in that show, oh my god! And just like the visuals, and like it's the guy that did, you know, the fucking the RoboCop reboot a few years ago, which I thought was really good, with fucking Gary Oldman, whatever that chap's name is. Really fucking cool, really cool. Like, check it out. Like, it's just if you agree with some of the suggestions that I've made, like Stabru really enjoyed fucking Love and Monsters and stuff like that. Like it's and check out that show Poldark. Somebody suggested that in the chat actually to Owen recently enough. He was like, "Oh, you should check out Poldark. Check out Poldark. It's really cool. It's really fucking cool." Altered Carbon's really fucking cool. It's like mind-bendingly cool, but there's a ton of sex, like a shitload. like it may as well be porn intermittently. It's just fucking porn. Like, a little bit more black, just a wickle bit, a ritter bit. Dick Fordo, welcome to Paintingu. You're right about PJW. I still watch him through to my unending Shamu. PJW. What's PJW? Why am I blanking on PJW? I still watch him though to my unending shame. PJW. What's PJW? Can't remember. Yeah, NCIS is a good show. Yeah, totally. First season was crap, or first season was good. Second one was woke crap. I heard the Fallout the Fallout TV show that recently started airing is getting good reviews. People are like, it's actually cool. And the actress, one of the actresses in it, was like getting loads of props because she said in an interview she was like that she played the games and watched loads of stuff about Fallout before, like, to actually learn about the universe and stuff, which is like a given in, you know, like it should be a given, but like, fuck all people do that. Like, do you know what I mean? They're just like, give me the lines, give me the money, give me the lines, tell me where to stand, yeah, whatever, I'm beautiful, like fucking woke shit, regurgitate, give me the money. Like, there's so few people out there. Like, I from what I can tell, your man Henry Cavill is an absolute fucking chad. The guy that did The Witcher. Cause like I started watching The Witcher and I was like, yeah, it's okay, and then it gets crap. It gets like so crap, like terrible. And The Witcher 3 is one of the best games I've ever played. Like, so that shit's unfortunate. But like Henry Cavill like comes across as like a proper fucking, like, he's like a fucking nerd. Like he actually collects Warhammer 40k and, you know, Astartes, Space Marines, hoorah for the Emperor. And he's like big into loads of stuff, and like he said that and I well believe him, he like read The Witcher. He read it, didn't just play the game. Fucking read the source material, you know, which again, it's kind of like a fucking given, but these days it's actually like to be commended. Which is a sad state of affairs when you think about it. Like, you know, if we're commending people to just like, you're like, oh, he actually did what's right. Fuck, you know, like, it's like with Owen. Do you know what I mean? It's like, the reason Owen carries so much clout is because everybody was like, oh my god, thank fuck somebody actually did the right thing. Thank fucking god. Like, he like gave loads of us hope for humanity. Like, do you know what I mean? So many of us around the realm were like, if this shit gets any worse, like, I'm gonna fucking kill someone. And then Owen's like, no, this is wrong. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, take my money. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna start streaming. Like, I'll do it myself. Fuck you people. Like, I don't need your stage. I'm gonna fucking do it in an airport hangar because some, you know, Greek Orthodox dude is like really sound. Like, that's how it's done. You know what I mean? Just do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, you fucking scumbags. Like, and it's like 1% of the population is like, no, like, isn't this what like what the right thing is supposed to be? Like, like, it's fucking crazy. Man, I had a fucking insane dream last night. Like, a wild dream. And I only remember approximately like 60 seconds of it. And it was fucking insane. I was trying to save it was this female from my past who I was like briefly engaged in relations with, like very briefly, like a week or two. Like I was still at, you know, like low 20s. I was like early 20s or something, like. And she was like, it was like the two of us were like spies or like super secret agents or something. Like, I was wearing a tux as far as I can remember, and she's wearing this black dress, and I remarked, I was like, wow, you've gotten really thin. And she, like, you know, tried to like come back at me or some shit with some remark, and I just like dismissed her. And then I went about the party. And then later that, like, it like cut to like later that night, and all of a sudden she'd put weight on. And I was like, oh, you're looking better, like. And then this fucking, oh, the doorbell rang, and I went downstairs, and some dude, like, weird looking fucker in like a brown jacket and those like spectacle, those like pink spectacle things, and he had a pizza box, and he came through the door, and behind him was this like demonic robotic jaguar thing, and it pounced at me, and I was like, whoa, and I like wrestled with it, and then we ended up like upstairs, and we were still like fighting, and I was like fighting a robotic demonic jaguar like barehanded, you know, like real James Bond shit, like. And I ended up in the bedroom, and then your one was there, and she was wearing this like black dress, and she had like a pistol on her thigh, you know, like, again, typical James Bond stuff. And she went to like pull on it with the pistol, and the jaguar like lunged at her, and I grabbed a fucking fabric scissors, you know, the huge scissors. I grabbed the scissors out of nowhere, just like off a desk, and like plunged it into its rib cage, and the thing like, you know, hit the deck and started going mad and all, and I threw it out the window. And as I threw it out the window and closed the door, because it tried to like come back in the window as I was like throwing it out the window, I closed the window, and I like crushed its head, and then I opened the window to like let it fall, and like as it's like all fucked up, it looked similar to, you know, when Arnie shoots the T-1000 with the 40 mil. Oh no, it's not Arnie that shoots with the 40 mil, is it? It's fucking Sarah Connor. And like he ends up like all flowered out, and he's all weird looking. He's like, "Roar!" And all, like, it looked like that, right? But like a fucked up jaguar looking thing. And I swear to God, like moments before I woke up, right? This is so funny. So like I squished the thing's head with the window, and then opened the window to let the thing fall. And me and that female turn and look to each other, and we're like, oh my God, it's a Terminator jaguar. I woke up, I was like, what the fuck? Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Laser beam eyes. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Heat beam eye blast. Yeah, he's working on a Warhammer 40k show, and starring in it. Film starts soon. Yeah, like filming starts soon. I seen that a while ago. Like I really hope it's a success. Like, do you know what I mean? Like if he's really like, if he's got a lot of say in how that goes and stuff, it should be fucking awesome. It should be like really cool. Like, it's like the old Chris Rock joke about hard ends, expecting props for doing something they're supposed to do. Exactly, like. That's one wild dream, bro. I know, and I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? Man, my dreams get fucking intense sometimes. And like, I don't often lucid dream, if at all, really. But it's like a halfway point between lucid dreaming and like dreaming, where it's like, I can like smell shit and feel stuff, but I'm not in control of what's happening. But in a certain, like a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Because I could feel in the moment when the jaguar like leapt at your one, I could feel in my mind, I was like, I need a weapon. And I like just grabbed the scissors and like stabbed the thing in the side, like. It was so funny though. Oh my god, it's a Terminator Jaguar! Like the two of us like turned to each other and said it in unison. As if that's a thing, you know, like as if it was like a known thing. Like, oh my god, it's one of those Terminator Jaguars. Oh god. Sip, sip. The waifu was dropping off Krispy Kreme for me and my co-workers. Love that woman. That's awesome. That's serious, like that's some serious love right there. I've had Krispy Kremes a few times. We have Krispy Kreme here. They came here a few years ago. Like they opened up a shop here and shit. And they're really good. Probably utterly horrific for you, but they're really good. Like a box of them got put in front of me, like, and I like in the space of about fucking 30 seconds, I think I ate 3 of them. Like. Oh, Gepu. Once in a blue moon treat. Ah, yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine so. But the truth is the truth, and the truth is, there's some fucking good donuts. Some brudgy good donut too. Like when Owen like a few streams ago was talking about Burger King, McDonald's and all, like when he mentioned Burger King, like I started salivating. Like I was like, oh god, triple decker steakhouse, fucking like, oh. Like every time I'm in the shop and I walk past a bag of Haribo, I'm like, like a fucking junkie. But I have to, like, you know, I'll pat myself on the back. Like, I used to be a fucking absolute sugar fiend. I used to, like, drink 3 or 4 cans, like, maximum 6 cans of Monster a day. Ripper was my favorite flavor. I love me some citrus. But I would put away, like, a whole tray of Mikado, the biscuits with the fluffy pink stuff and the jam. I'd put a whole tray of Mikado away on my own. I'd put a whole like 1 or 2 bags of Haribo gummy bears or the Star Mix. Like I'd fucking like, and like put no weight on. I was never putting weight on. But like I just didn't, like, people like hated me for it. It's like, how do you eat that much shit and you're like ripped? Like, it's genetics. It's like, I know it's probably parasites. Like, but like I used to be bad for that stuff. Like, painting goo. Painting goo. Oh yeah, Dune Part 2 is out, isn't it? I heard when I was catching up on Owen earlier. He was like, "I want to watch the new Dune." I want to watch the first one again before I do that. I remember most of it. Man, really cool movie. Really, really, really cool movie. That was the same vibe, like a similar vibe. When I was watching the first Dune, I was like, holy shit, like the aesthetic, the art direction in that is fucking cool as fuck. Like, it's just like it's like organic homegrown food for the eyes, like, in my opinion. And it's the same when I was watching Altered Carbon, you know. There's just like the design of everything, the way everything looks and sounds, the way it's portrayed and stuff like that, in terms of like the world building and the universe and stuff. Oh, it's so fucking cool. And like, I think it's in episode 3. I don't know what episode I'm on now, like 3 or 4. I might be on 5, I'm not sure. Like, I like binged the shit out of it. Like, every episode's like an hour long. There's a fucking pistol. I won't ruin it, but there's a pistol in like 2 or 3 episodes in that they end up buying off some black market guy. And like, it's the coolest fucking pistol I've seen since the Judge Dredd pistol, since the Judge pistol. Like, you know, I was thinking about it on my walk this morning. Like, I was like, that's like one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen. Like, who doesn't love the Judge pistol? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like fucking armor piercing, incendiary, double whammy. Like, it was so 90s. It was so fucking cool. They just don't make shit like that anymore, like, you know? Oh, I will. I vow to create fucking shit that just like makes your brain salivate. Like a South African buffalo who has attained the power of god-like laser beam eyes through alchemical machinations. What color? What color laser beam eyes? Will it give him like Cyclops, like fucking Superman, red laser beam eyes? Or will it go with like bright green? Or will it go yellow? You decide. I leave it to the chat. That's the first thing I'm gonna stick on after the stream is the Hanging with Bears. Wanna watch it. JBL Flip 6 speaker purchased. Sounds gooden. Sounds like high quality shit. Great tunes, excellent Griffithson. I have JBL Charge 2, very good sound quality. I like it loud. This sounds like an old cartoon montage. I know, it's funny, and it sounds like something that Warner Brothers or Looney Tunes or something. Like.
You know you need the right tools to make.
You know what you need to do? You fucking tool! Get the fuck off my stream. I've had 5 cheaper speakers and they've all broken. They broken? They broken-ed it? Supposed to be waterproof and 12-hour battery life. I wouldn't test the waterproof thing. Your tapeworm tells you what to do. Well, obviously not anymore. Unless he's just sitting there for like a few years now, just clinging onto life in my lower intestine or something. Because I still get like I said, I'll walk past. I don't get cravings, but when I see it. When I'm in the shop or something and I see like a big bag of jellies, like specifically Haribo Star Mix or gummy bears, even thinking about it now, like I'm starting to fucking salivate. I just like handfuls of them, and Skittles. I'm like, I'm a fucking nigger. Like, that's what YouTube. You can't say shit. I'm literally a ginger Irish nigger. I'm allowed to say it. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I'm part nigger. It's obvious. I'm allowed to say it. I don't care what anyone says. Like, just like so many skit. I fucking love. Oh, Starburst! Oh my god. Me and the female used to just buy a big bag, like the share pack thing, of only the red and purple and pink ones. Oh my fucking god. They're so good. You wouldn't even chew on them. You just stick them in your mouth and just let them melt and just suck on them. So good. Just sitting there watching Netflix. Once in my reckless youth, my friend, his sister, and I split a 24-pack of Monster and we binged COD online until 4 AM. Oh, the good old days. When my body was still youthful and capable of, like, you know, putting up with an insane amount of abuse. Like, if I drank a can of Monster now, I'd probably have a fucking heart attack. Oh, that's a lie. I think I had one not too long ago, and I think it was just a green one though. Like, but it was one of those things where, like, it was like when I was talking to you on Barra Banter, fucking Demon Hunter, like. There's nothing quite like you crack a can of Monster and then you take a sip, especially the Ripper one because of the citrus. But you're just like three good gulps at the start of the can, just like gluk gluk gluk, and then you just take a break, and you just let it hit you, and you're just like, oh yeah, like it's got that hit where like you feel like you could fucking pull a car apart with your bare hands. Like, I feel like I could like put my fingers in steel. Like, do you know what I mean? As if it was clay. I felt like that a few times throughout my life where I'm just like, oh my god, I am a god. Like, it's fucking hilarious. And like, that's all I used to do for fucking literally like at least 7 or 8 years. I used to just sit and play all sorts of video games with like my best friend, and like drink alcohol, sugar, eat sugar, like, and junk food and fast food and shit, and just game with poor posture. So bad for you. So fucking bad for you. Yeah, the so-called good old days. It was so good. Ruv Dennis Villeneuve, masterclass director. Is that the guy who directed Dune? Is it? So, like, one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen, when the fucking Sardaukar are like preparing to fucking go to battle, and they're all lined up, and it's pissing rain. They're drinking bowls of blood, and the guy in the background is just like, and like, I remember just seeing it. I was like, this is so cool. Like, this is factors of 10 my vibe. Like, it's fucking just candy for the eyes and the ears. Max Payne the movie, if you're on about the movie, it was trash. Max Payne the movie was a goddamn dumpster fire. Max Payne the video games are some of the best fucking video games ever made. The fucking film was a utter dumpster fire. Somebody should have got shot in the back of the head for being for making that movie. It was a fucking absolute shitpost of blasphemy. Is fucking the Max Payne movie. And yes, nigger is my word. You're a mad rad, Desmondu. Guy at work downs 4 to 5 monster a day. Looks like a 60-year-old at 30. Yeah, like, you know, fuck that. Like, you know, I have like, man, I turned 33 this year, and I could easily pass for like 40. Yeah, like easily. Like, don't get me wrong. If I shaved the beard off, I still look like a fucking baby. I'm just a bit underweight right now. Like, but like, yeah, there's no, like, 4 or 5 cans of Monster. Like, if I was to go back to my old habits and diet for like 6 months, man, I wouldn't be surprised if I had a heart attack. Swear to God. I'm still recovering from like nigh on a decade of abusing the fuck out of my body. And I thank the gods every day for just being here, you know. I didn't succumb to the suicidal thoughts, and I turned it all around. And Owen and this community was a massive factor in those decisions. Massive factor. But like, obviously Owen and this community doesn't get all the credit, and neither do the gods. I have to give myself some credit. I did actively use my free will to be like, I'm sick of this. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be a real boy. I had catch Debetus and Aura Coronary real quick. Yeah, man, you could feel it. You could feel it, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I felt it a few times where I was like, oh, my internals don't feel okay. You know, like, there's a tightness in the center that's starting to get a bit disconcerting. You know, like, And like, it's not worth it. Like, do you know what I mean? As good as it feels when you're doing it, like, do you know what I mean? Especially like cans of Monster and like fucking gummy bears and stuff like that. Like, you know, once in a blue moon, like the fucking the Krispy Kreme shit. Like I'll get like jelly beans. Fucking love jelly beans, but they have to be like proper jelly beans. You know, you get a lot of stuff out there that's like the trash version of trash. Like, you know, I think the old school sweet shops where everything is like in like Willy Wonka style, kept in glass cases and stuff. All these boiled candies and stuff. If it's legit just made with just sugar and like natural flavors and colorings. And I mean actually natural flavors and colorings, not the fucking Coca-Cola version of natural flavorings, in quotes. I think that's like okay to like, you know, have now and again as a treat, you know, like ice cream or something, like, you know. Plus those shops are like some of the most coolest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. Like when you actually go into a legit like sweet shop or candy store, and there's just these like all these colors and shapes and sizes and variations of candy, and they all taste different and they all look different and they all like have different textures and all this fucking shit, like, you know. But then again, it's a mimicry of actual food, you know, because like real fruit and real veg and real meat and all like has like there's nothing, absolutely nothing like a not a well done, Jesus, not a well done, but like I mean well done as in properly done, a properly cooked, medium rare, properly seared, medium rare steak. You can't beat it. You just can't fucking beat it. Science! Oh, apologies. I hope I didn't make any yawn. Right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna call it there. I'm fucking knackered. It's been a wrong day. It's been a wrong day, but it furts alright. So, my beloved Japanites, my pharaoh niggers and niggerettes, I bid you farewell. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy it. And I will see you Monday. If you would like to support Paintingu, if you think I have sufficiently entertained you for the past 1 hour and 58 minutes, you can support me, my personal attempts to grow my art and my business. You can buy a painting, click one of the many links in the description. You can have access to my PayPal. You can send me money directly. You can send me a super chat by Streamlabs, just like Xi Jinping and Trump and Fumio Kishida and Ben Shapiro. And buy a t-shirt. Buy a Paintingu t-shirt. It supports the Bertarian community. Until Monday, I bid you farewell. God bless. Be good, be true, and be beautiful, my fellow Japanites. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'm going to allow the blood to rush back into my ass. And I am going to get some food into me. And I'll see yous shortly enough. Painting.